Hello and welcome back to Railway Empire 2. We are sat outside of North Platte and staring at our fancy new junction that we built in the previous episode. Was it the previous episode? I think so. It could have been the one before. But yeah, it went in quite painlessly. It's not perfect graphically, but it is functioning as intended as our trains move on through there. Today we're going to be heading to Deming in a roundabout sort of way. We'll try and get there as quickly as possible, but we've got a few things to do before then. I did tidy up our weapons factory and the line that used that and got rid of the trains, as that way we can move on with expansion, can't we, today? 17.3 million in the bank, but we technically don't own that. That is because we sent a whole bunch of bonds out and it did get rid of our competitor. So, Deming, that's where we're off to. But which way are we looking? Let's hit N for north. I guess Raton Pass, Santa Fe, Albuquerque, and then Deming. Perhaps. We've still got Lubbock, Amarillo, Dallas, and Abilene. But we do need to make sure we connect 900,000 people. Oh, I've got the cursor over it. 900,000 people to our rail network, which is going to take a little time. And that means we need to leave one of these, our common cause tasks, available, because I think that will be the last ones, won't it? We're at 80% currently complete. It doesn't include the optional tasks in that 80%. So yeah, one of these has the weight. The production of wooden planks will set up a sawmill in Deming, which we have to do. Then we've got these two. We could, whatever the closest is, hold one of the trains and only send it once it's close to the 900,000. Because we're going to found 5 cities immediately, and it's going to be the other one that we need to do. So Deming, we have a station in Deming already built for us. We can't do anything with this line here. I don't even know whether we can branch into it. Can we delete them? Maybe we can delete it. We don't really want to do that. We might hook into it for the wall. I don't know what we'd do with the wall. Deming's going to need a sawmill, isn't it, as soon as it's founded. So yeah, we're not going to do that. Okay, so which way do we go? Let's first off remove this Camp Raton station, because it's up on a sort of hill. And I don't really want it up there. We, if necessary, can tunnel, can't we? We did pick up that research, didn't we, that reduces the cost of tunnels, so that'll be handy for us. Do we need a station? Yeah, in order to get through here, we'll still need a station, but maybe we can sit a little better. We kind of want to be at this height, don't we? Which is what colour? It would be up on the edge somewhere. Somewhere like that, I guess. Yeah, and then we can go through that way, perhaps. I mean, we could do it on this side, but it's a little smoother on the other side. What would that be? If I press N, yeah, it's kind of the north edge, isn't it, of Camp Raton. And we'll tunnel through, I guess. We'll try and get a nice place for you to sit. Maybe there. And then we can link this up with our existing... Oh, not on that side. With our existing line, but we won't go straight across there. There we go, and we'll just use it as a through station. It's a bit steep, but we've got to get up there anyway, haven't we? And then get round and maybe set up a station. Whether we actually do anything with Raton itself, not sure yet. It would add people to our network, but nothing to write home about. So we don't need any gridirons at Camp Raton. We'll just head straight through there. It might be worth double tracking this now. Poor Dodge. Maybe we'll do something with Dodge. Maybe we won't. Yeah, might as well double track this now. We were a bit tight on funds before, weren't we? And that just saves a lot of headaches later on if we want to set up express services or delivery of our various goodies that Deming requires. It's going to be tricky timing the last delivery to complete the mission. We're a little ways off that yet, aren't we? We might need a few more videos before we're even close to that. Right, Raton. We need to sit nicely and... Oh, we can't go up there, can we? No. But we still need to sit nicely. We might as well use this station. We can sit in there and just see how we can get around here. Will it be too terrible? You can definitely see the contours there. It's a little bit steep, isn't it? So if we can get that down 1%, it's probably worth spending the money. We don't need... Yeah, we don't need anything this side, so we can have that as close to the station as possible. Could we actually go a little higher there? We've got a 3% grade, and it keeps forcing a 3% grade. I'm not sure where that is. Wiggle jiggle time, I would imagine. We can get it to a -2, which isn't too bad, because we're sort of climbing up, aren't we, to Camp Raton there. And then it's 0 after that, and we get a nice big tunnel through this section. Yes, it's expensive, but only for this first bit, and then we can just link you right up. We won't be using any more platforms here. In fact, we don't need anything there anymore, do we? Well, we could keep it possibly as a station delivering passengers, if that's a thing. It's extra money. If we do that, we only need it this side then, or we could branch off perhaps into its own platform, which we could do, couldn't we, for something a little different. If we come back in at the corner, it wouldn't be that slow, would it? Yeah, if we just branch off like that, and then we have a little section here. There we go. We don't want it at 29 miles an hour. That's a little slow. That will be fine. So we've got like a little branch off for trains actually stopping at Camp Raton. Although that will be dependent on whether that's still a thing. Perhaps they still require workers. They don't. Yeah, they don't want any more weapons, do they? But they might need the workers. Okay, Santa Fe next on the list. We do have wood just there for the growth of Deming. Who has meat? Albuquerque. Where's your cows? Down there. Not the best placement. And Santa Fe does have steel. Again, not really the best placement. We've got salt and iron up that way. Where's the coal then? That would be the coal mine there, which I guess we could branch in that way if we did want Santa Fe to make the steel. But we did set up North Platte with steel, and it doesn't really matter how long it takes us to get there. Right, now we have to pick a contour for these guys. Well, we're kind of up a bit there, aren't we? So if we do a little bit of cheating, it's not cheating, taking advantage of the game mechanics, shall we say, or the game engine, you can just keep branching out like that once you've connected the first train station. So we'll send it round and then we'll shove it up a little bit. And I guess we'll find a nice place for the main line to sit. Probably hugging along there, right? Because it's all bumpy down that way. So if we go round up that end. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. And then we hug round this way. As long as it's max speed. And 0%, guys. I kind of like it. So we can get this hooked in. Ignore this 10% grade. We only really need to know where we're sitting here, don't we? Yeah, a bit of a cutting, but that's absolutely fine. So we'll build that. It's only 96k, and then we'll cut it off where we know it was still 0%. Oh, will I be able to build it yet? I shouldn't have maybe done that. Can I build you in yet? No, we need to keep you connected. Well, choices were made. We got it down to 9% by redrawing it. That's interesting. Anyway, yeah, let's get you up on this ledge a little bit. We've got all this red to play with, so As long as we're a little bit higher, that's all we need. Delete you. Don't need you there. Will that be a little better? Well, let's find out, shall we? What is that like? Still 8%. So we've got to come up quite a bit, haven't we, on that? Oh, don't delete it yet, Grant. You've got to build out further. Is this a valid use of the game mechanic? I mean, it wouldn't let you do it otherwise, would it? No, it's got to be valid. Alright, get rid of you. That's what you can do. You can hop along. Especially since we're only really using Santa Fe as a bypass. This might be good enough. Right, now let's delete this back and see what we can do. Are you going to be a little bit better than 10% or even 9%? 4%. That's not too bad, is it? Yeah. So if we delete this now, then we can delete our station in the center there. And we just redraw this and try and get a better wiggle jiggle out of it. It was pretty much spot on. We had room for maneuver though, didn't we? Because of the way it was sitting at 0%. We might be able to get it closer if we continue to adjust it. There we go. And just a little bit more wiggling along the contours, which should do us just fine. There we go. Wiggle jiggle will definitely be required. And if we can avoid tunnels, that would be nice. Is this live wiggle jiggle? Well, not live. Recorded. Am I going to edit this out is what I'm trying to say? No, there we go. Will we accept that? Absolutely. We went from sitting down in a sort of basin where Santa Fe was, or the first station in Santa Fe, to this beauty. And it's a pleasant little wiggle from Raton to Santa Fe. Beautiful. Right. And it didn't cost us a great deal either. Now then, Albuquerque's got a similar issue, both of them in a basin of sorts. Is that a basin? It's not a hill, is it? No, the lighter it is, the further down it is. So we probably want to hug down that side, don't we? We've got no choice about the first station. Well, it'd be easier to go up there. Depends. Yeah, well, we've got to head that way, haven't we, to Deming. Again, Deming's going to be a tricky one because our station is in a basin. So we can't delete it, I don't think, either. We can add to it. But I'll say we'll work with that. It's a sort of end of the line thing, isn't it? Oh, yes, we're going to have to connect you up. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it connects up. If we can have a gradual climb, that's not nearly as bad, is it? We'll just get the rough outline in and then we'll adjust as necessary. Oh, do you know, it's not far off straight away. Look at that. Yeah, we might be able to maybe just come round the... Oh, it's beautiful. Guys, did I fluke that? Possibly. Yeah, I'll take that, I think. 1% max. Hey, that's pleasant, isn't it? Yeah, we're kind of up a little bit there. We'll have to be on the outside, which we are. 48k. Bargain. 117k. Unknown. We've made our way all the way from Camp Raton to Albuquerque. Next stop, Deming. But we're not actually on the train yet. But it will be our next port of call. We could, of course, go around that way. It's a little bit excessive. We'll see how it is heading over this hill. And then up to Albuquerque. There are plenty of rocks in the way. And we don't want to go up that high anyway, do we? If we need a tunnel, then it's probably not advisable to go around that way. We do have all of this area for Deming. So maybe we can wiggle it up this end a little bit. And then we don't have to worry about this station. It's probably excessive. That is pretty direct. It's still 139 miles. But I don't know what we could do to achieve a better grade, though. This might take some off-screen wiggle jiggle, or we just pay through the nose for a big old tunnel to Deming. 61-mile-an-hour curve isn't overly terrible. We can remove that as well. 2% from the station. 2%. Are we willing to pay a fortune to take the grade out? I think we are, aren't we? There we go. A little bit of adjusting. And I'll take it. We're paying 1.1 million, a little over, for a tunnel. I like it. Are we in the right platform coming out of Albuquerque? We are. We do want to go as direct as possible. We've increased the distance a little bit. It's 142 miles, but it's going to be a lot shorter than the detour around for a better grade. And our train should be able to manage it. There we go. Deming, you are soon to be founded. So what do we need? It's going to be grain. Grain we've got over that way. We also have it up near Raton. Whichever way, really. Getting through these hills is going to be tricky anyway to get over to Lubbock and Dallas. Dallas also makes meat. Now, yeah, we could bring them into play. It's a little easier. I love the road infrastructure you get now. That's kind of lovely, isn't it? That was definitely something that was missing in the first Railway Empire. But we're just going to... has to be the wood we take. It's the closest by a long stretch, isn't it? Yeah, the other one's over there. So we need to hook in anyway. And we can deliver it to Albuquerque and Santa Fe if we wish to continue to make money, as it's nice and close. And fortunately, our station or our extra tracks can be on the other side. We can always branch into Deming. How's our tunnel? We'll probably take a ride on this. I do like the tunnels in Railway Empire 2, that's for sure. I do like them in Railway Empire 1 as well. They're both rather pleasant. So we've got everything we need. We have... do we? No. Let's put in... Yeah, let's put in a second platform. Or the second and third, or second group pairing. Because we can bring in our wood into those platforms. We can then decide whether we want a whether we want a 4-track gridiron after this and then just branch in. I don't think it's going to be overly busy down this line. We could branch in towards the end as well at Deming. But I think just for supplying them, we can start like this, can't we? That allows our wood train to come in on that track and then branch into the main line after Albuquerque. So we can hook into both wood and sugar. And if we select the correct contour to sit on here, it shouldn't be too terrible either. And I think we can do the same with Santa Fe. Maybe we can shift that over, can't we? We can maybe come out this way with the main line. And then cross over after Santa Fe, like that, but actually continue that through. Did I put that in? Yes. And then we'll redraw that section and instead connect to that piece of track and have the other one for freight. I like it. There we go. 1% grade, absolutely fine. 0% there. Even more fine. Get you signalled up. And then this one can curve round. I guess it could be a freight line eventually. So we'll just hook it up and then branch in and out of it to the wood and sugar. And maybe go and grab the iron as well. There we go. And yeah, we'll have a 4-track gridiron this side as well. Do we have one at the moment? We do not. There we go. 4-track gridiron either side, but we go down to 2 tracks towards Deming. And we'll have I guess, just a straightforward 2-platform station will do. Then we can branch in. Get in there. Is it pleasant? Oh, minus 1% is actually lovely, isn't it? Right, so you get up in there. And then we'll have a gridiron there. And then we'll branch you off the other way. And about there should do. Lovely. Train shouldn't really get in there. Each other's way there. Oh, there we go. We've got our bizarreness going on again. Well, let's get you like that, and then we'll do our deletey trick, where it will allow it to build it the second time, as long as we hook into the end, up the back end here. Well, what's up with you now? Oh, no, you don't want to do it that way. Alright. So if we hook in there, take that to the end. Now you'll do it. It's a little bit finicky, isn't it? Yeah, it's a little bit bizarre. I don't know why it decides to do it sometimes and not others. But as long as it's doable eventually, for now. Until they fix it, of course. They are working on it, or they have been working on it, because apparently it was even worse than that. So the patch notes declared. Right, let's go and get you with your signals. We still have existing signal work there. Who are you? Who is this? Is this our passenger train? Let's turn off the contours. I think so, yeah. Yeah, it looks like you are still taking people. You're not going to be the most profitable, though, are you, of lines? Yeah, we'll have to pick a station for you. Oh, you are picking a station because there's no other way to turn round. That's kind of beautiful, isn't it? We've forced its hand. I guess if it's only ever going to take that many, we can add, like, a mail car and a dining car to it. It depends how many people they take back, doesn't it? Where they're willing to travel to and from. We should, however, rebuild our maintenance depot on there because it's a long old journey to Omaha. There we go, unloading. And what else would we want on there? Maybe a restaurant, perhaps. There we go, stick a restaurant on there. Lovely. The Camp Raton. Maybe it's a tourist attraction. Oh dear. Don't leave me in charge of tourist attractions. Although there's history involved, isn't there? Yes. Are you actually going to pick people up, though? That's the question. Hopefully. You should be repairing at the moment. You are indeed. Right, let's zoom all the way out so you repair a little faster. Are you going to repair? You are. You're loading. 40. 11. 40. 11. Okay. So, pleasant. Pleasant. I don't know whether it's going to go above that. But, I mean, we've got 50, 51 versus 51. Perhaps it's always 51. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll have another look next time out. Okay, so we've got some setting up to do. We've got meat. How much meat do you have? There's our meat, guys. We can get a train delivering meat immediately, freight only. Baldwin 10-wheeler, wait until 8, and then that will be, Deming's meat complete. I'm full of rhymes today. Oh dear, it's amazing. Anyway, you do that, and we'll delete that one once it's done. Just make sure it is going to load. We can do the same with our wood as well, get the direct trains sorted, and perhaps we'll just have a train run through. We could always drop it off in Albuquerque with a warehouse as well. And for distributing to Deming. If we are going to do that, we might as well have a separate freight line. Depends how busy it gets, because we could get away with a mixed service, couldn't we? Or a couple. There's our meat. That will be done very shortly. Right, and how much wood? Wood is 24, so 3 trains full of wood. Are we using this wood? How much is it going to cost? A fortune, but we do have 30 in there, so let's do that first. To Deming. Freight only. Get us our Baldwin 10-wheeler. We don't want sugar at the moment. We're going to sell these trains, so not too bothered about the line. And I guess we could just do that, couldn't we? Since we can afford it these days. And then stick that on 8. That should be all 24. 204,750 coins. Now, these should come out one after the other. That's the plan anyway. Are they coming out in reverse order? Number 2 is coming out first. Because reasons. Why wouldn't you do that? Why is number 2 coming out first? How's that? I don't know. I don't know how that works. Well, he's going to leave. He's got a full 8 on. We'll check that number 1 or 3 has them as well. Which one is it? Is it going to be number 1 or number 3? What are you waiting for? Spacing. You're going to wait for spacing, aren't you? Oh, that's sad. I forgot about that. It's not really that sad, though. We've got to get grain over, which is going to take a while, and we're not doing it the way we just did it. We can link these together, providing it's not too bad to get over there. Maybe we can hug along here and have that grain as the delivery. Just because I don't see any need to hook up via, it's Lubbock down there, isn't it? I believe, or Abilene. Abilene hasn't been formed. That might be Abilene. So Lubbock, we've got to get through here somehow. So not overly keen to do that when I've already built all this track. Which shouldn't be too terrible to get up. I'm a little concerned, to be fair, looking at the terrain. We'll see. We do go down into a cutting there. Is that up or down? We'd have to head up. So perhaps up there would be better. Like literally up there in more ways than one. And would have to be kind of high. That's higher than it seems. Yeah, this is just a rough grade, isn't it? We'd need to get somewhere like... Oh, that's better. Can we bring that even? It's just a bit steep, isn't it? 2%? Well, I guess we could get away with it with raising it up there a little bit. Yes. 2% is fine, isn't it? 1, 2, 2, 3. I mean, it's just a climb up there. I'm regretting decisions that I've made. We could bypass and head straight down, I guess, then. But I do want to get possibly Santa Fe and Albuquerque growing. And it's got to add to our 900,000 thing, hasn't it? So, yeah, we'll take that on the chin, I think. There we go. Get you in there. And we can deliver that to both Santa Fe and Albuquerque. Direct. Probably only need one train each, won't they? But we'll deliver our grain to Deming first. So let's get a train. We'll just duplicate this one to Deming. Did I signal that up? I don't know. Freight only. And we'll get us... Wait until 8. And we won't take any milk. And we'll just put the one train on here. And then what we'll do is we'll duplicate him. There we go. That should get those both coming out at the same time. Have all of our trains left. Waiting for deployment still. Waiting for deployment still. What have I forgot to do here? Is that because we haven't got any signalling? No. I don't know what's going on there. What is up with you? You shouldn't be waiting. It's probably going to wait to space it out, isn't it? Is that the... That's Albuquerque to Deming. Well, let's just change you to be mixed. Automatic. There we go. And we'll change you to the Inyo. There we go. And that will just operate now as the train between Deming and Albuquerque. All right, we have another train arriving. Yeah, don't do it that way, although it has loaded up now. And it has spaced itself out. But we're going to delete this one. I hope we can delete that one. And then we've got one more to do. Yeah, I never thought about that either, deleting the trains individually. I think you've got to use the bulldozer. We don't have a maintenance yard in here yet. But we're not going to have one until it's founded. But it will give us our achievement to found a total of 5 cities. Now, once we've founded Deming, we'll build us our sawmill and get that ready. And then we can maybe have some sort of direct line from the wood to Deming to make sure that they're building that. Now, I can't delete it here because it's rail line. But I think you can delete the train. Delete train. There we go. Lovely. Right, will that spawn our other train? I'm not entirely sure, but we'll find out. It should do it roughly the same time as when that gets there. We've got both of our grain trains doing it properly. That was a good demonstration, wasn't it? Because that's exactly how I want them to work when founding a city. Doing it this way is a pain in the rear as they space themselves out. But yes, our last train is going to be a logging train. But there we go. There he is. That's going to be the one that we delete last. Oh, I guess we don't have to delete that one, do we? Well, perhaps we don't have to delete these. They can be both used now to take sugar and everything, can't it? Yeah, take the sugar as well and wait until 4. That should be fine because they've all left. They won't do that until their next journey. We could technically take stuff back as well. Sugar plantation near Dallas. Not really. I'm not really keen on that price. I have been informed before we go that how much debt you've got affects your score. I have not checked it yet, and I'm not sure how aggressive it is on points deduction. But yeah, that is a thing to bear in mind. I will have to check that for us later. Right, let's get us a maintenance building in there. Make sure you are heading to Deming. Once this is done, I think we're good to go, and we can call that a good episode. Or an episode. It was an episode of wiggling past Raton past Santa Fe and Albuquerque. So our next one, we don't need this in here any longer, do we? We don't have any competitors. It's to branch down that way and get us an express somehow. We might be able to wiggle around the back there. But yeah, that'll be our next thing. We do technically have the connection, sort of. It just needs a little adjustment, and we may as well come out the other side of Denver. Denver's growing quite nicely. Oh yes, take off the bulldozer, otherwise nothing will happen. Alright, fast forward has happened. Let's take off the contours. This should be our final delivery. There it is indeed. And then we'll get our achievement. Not our achievement, our task complete.
I see you have internalized the spirit of our endeavor. Well done.
Okay, so there we go. Task complete. 900,000 now. Oh, that has gone up this episode, hasn't it? We're up to 645,000. That'll be our next task. We will start producing wooden planks in Deming. They have been founded. And although I'd like to build us a weaving mill, our task is to produce wooden planks through their own sawmill. So hopefully they'll start using whatever wood they've got available. We'll send this down there. Can we build this in here? Collision with another building. We haven't got much room, game. Right, you go there, I guess. That'll do, won't it? No, go the other side, because our platforms are that side. I don't know what that other building is that's down there. You go up there. What is this building? Construction site. Oh, this is where they need their steel. They need their steel, wooden planks, and chemicals. So they'll have plenty. Let's just check, actually. They should have plenty of demand for those. Not yet, but they might appear later on, perhaps. But we've got a sawmill available for them. There we go. We're producing that. And there we go. Yes, we have 8 a week demand on our chemicals. I would imagine the same is for steel, since it is also for wooden planks. So yes, that's going to drive demand up no end. And it should be easy for us to supply them with said goodies. Alright guys, we are Deming bound on our Inyo from Albuquerque. And yeah, I promised we'd go on this route through the tunnel. And we are doing that. When we come back, well, I guess a lot to deliver and set up, ensure our cities are all growing so that we can hit that 900,000 easily. Would be nice to set up Dallas, as they're a fairly decent sized city as well as Lubbock. Any of the major cities. And then we'll decide whether we're going to found some more cities. Bit wobbly. Alright guys, thank you for watching. And until next time, take care.